Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? It's finally Easter break, so I'm happy about that. We have Easter dinner tomorrow. I know Easter is not until Sunday, but my family has moved the Easter dinner to Saturday so that everybody will be able to come. So yeah. And I'm gonna be reading another character wiki today, and this time I'm gonna be doing Underswap Sans, aka Blue, as a lot of people have called him. So yeah. And I also, considering the issues with the comment section. When I said that not holding any moderation for any videos and not holding any comments, I thought it would fix it. But then I uploaded the yesterday's video, and you wouldn't know it, the comments are still turned off for no freaking reason. So now I'm with the idea of turning the comments off and on again every freaking video. But even then, I doubt it would work. I don't know how I was able to get the comments to turn on at all. And I feel like 3 of my videos, or even less, that I have comments on. That's it. So, yeah, I'm still working through that issue, unfortunately. I thought it would be over with, but can't always get what you want. It's just how life goes, and we all have to learn that lesson in one way or another. And it's really stupid the way I have to deal with this issue. But don't worry, I'll still try to figure this out so that you guys can comment on for more of my videos. But yeah. So anyways, enough of that. I'm now going to read Underswap Sans. And like with the last video and all the other videos where I do something like this, same ordeal. I'm gonna read slow, I'm gonna commentate, and yeah, yada yada. So yeah, it's probably won't be too long of a read. I doubt if his story is really known. I mean, he's just a regular Sans and a pretty regular AU, so this probably won't be too interesting about his character. But I'll have another reading ready in case in case this reading is as short as it looks. But enough dilly-daddling. Let's just go ahead and read. Sans is the older brother of Papyrus and is a major character in the Undertale AU, Underswap by Popcorn Prince. In this AU, instead of being laid back, lazy, and smart skeleton like in Undertale, Sans has a role in the story and personality more similar to Papyrus, and with Papyrus the opposite happens. Appearance. Sans is a fairly short and overweight skeleton with a large mouth and eyes, tall nose, and eyebrows. Along with that, his pupils are 2 hollow blue circles inside each other. Sans wears a ripped scarf with a long cape, along with gray armor and with cyan trims and a white shirt underneath. He wears dark blue pants that tuck into his blue boots with dark blue soles and heels. Unlike Undertale Papyrus, he does not wear gloves of any kind and has his skeletal hands out. He's also biologically different from Undertale Sans, with his mouth being able to open when talking, showing a bright cyan tone with the same color as his eyes. Okay, so he's, and side note, he's not really always betrayed as being chubby in all the animations. In fact, in some of the animations I've watched, he's mostly pretty skinny. I don't know why they made him fat. Yeah. Just a little side note. In battle. Ooh, this is new. I didn't really see an in battle section with most of the other Sanses I've heard about. But, we know very little about Underswap Sans' in battle actions, beside the fact he seems to be more animated than Undertale Papyrus, holding a cyan bone and jumping around in the first start of the AU. When killed, instead of his body turning to dust and his head falling to the floor akin to Undertale Papyrus, he begins to bleed red, blood-like substance while on his knees. Wait, what? Doesn't that... Wait, what? What did isn't this how the regular Sans died, though? I do not get it. I'm not gonna question too much about that. Just gonna destroy my brain. Relationships. The human. The human in Underswap has no information on them, but it is highly headcanon that Frisk swaps with Chara. Sans and the human's relationship also has very little information on it. What is known is that he sets up multiple puzzles for them, wants to capture them, can date them, and in genocide refuses to fight them, instead offering them a hug. Underswap Papyrus. Sans and Papyrus' relationship in Underswap is the same as in Undertale, except swapped, with Sans being amazed by his brother's behavior by being active. He is also unhappy that his brother is taller than him, leading to Papyrus to often be hunched over. Underswap Alphys. Sans and Alphys' relationship in Underswap is the same as in Undertale, with Alphys wanting to let Sans into the Royal Guard, but is unable to. In Underswap, it is because Sans' stats are too low, causing him to be very fragile. Underswap Temmie? Sans and Temmie likely have the same relationship as Papyrus and Flowey have in Undertale. I don't think I've ever met Temmie. Underswap Toriel. Sans and Toriel's relationship is most likely similar to that of Papyrus and Asgore in Undertale, though they may also possibly be closer in Underswap. And wow, that's it. Yeah, like I said, Underswap Sans' story is probably pretty short. And again, I don't know why they made him so fat. He's really skinny in a lot of animations. But hey, since on topic of fans, there's this one animated comic series thing that I've been watching. It's called What If Blue Joined the Bad Sanses? A lot of you guys probably know what that is. I watched it a lot, and it actually had our chubby boy here, he is skinny in that animation too, as a main character, which really fascinated me. But I won't spoil too much of it. I want you guys to watch it. So, since we're on the topic of that animation, I'm gonna read one of the Bad Sanses wikis next. And I'm gonna start off with my favorite, Dust Sans. He's one of my favorites. One of my favorite villains. This should be a slightly longer read. And if I don't have time, I'll go over the two other Bad Sanses. I probably won't get to horror, because horror story is probably the longest I've read. Yeah, I've read the wiki story before, with Sophia when me and her were still friends. It was a very, very long read. Neither of us knew what the heck was going on. So yeah. So here is Dusttail Sands, or just Dust. Murder Sands, also known as Dust Sands, is a Sans OC from the AU Dusttail. This character debuted in an Ask blog created by a user named Ask Dusttail on February 10th, 2016. He was a regular Sans, who, upon learning of what the human has done, aims to stop their genocidal actions by slaughtering all the underground to acquire enough level to defeat the human. Since his original debut, the character has gained high amounts of popularity, earning thousands of pieces of fan art, comics, animations, and even a full-fledged fan game? Okay, I did not know that. Dust, my boy, how did you get this popular so quickly? How? Please, tell me how. Okay. So, profile. Backstory. In the original progression of Undertale, the player's interactions with the underground dictates how Sans behaves. This means that he changes depending on the route that a player runs: neutral, true, pacifist, or genocide. This storyline follows the possibility of the player abusing their ability to reset the timeline to repeat the genocide route as many times as they want. Sans is the only character that shows awareness of the player's ability to reset time and revive. Sans is the only character that shows awareness of the player's ability to reset time and revive themselves after death. In this take, it is that same acute sensibility that causes Sans to realize the underground has been reset and slaughtered repeatedly. His response to this realization is to beat the player to the punch. He slaughters the entire underground himself, including his own brother Papyrus, with the intent to gain enough power to stop the player from completing another genocide route. This series of actions drives Sans to madness, causing him to hallucinate the specter of his deceased brother. Appearance. Murder Sans' appearance slightly deviates from the original design. He wears a blue hoodie with a gray hood, of which he keeps up, black shorts with light lining, and a pair of gray slippers. His bad time eye is the only thing that truly differs, having changed color from a blue and yellow to a blue surrounded by red, and even having a second red magical eye. He is usually depicted as having gray dust coated his clothing. I didn't know about the gray dust thing. I mean, it looks like in the little profile here he has a lot of dust, but I thought it was just he was covered in snow, because it's Snowden. You know, in Snowden there's a lot of snow, you know. Yeah. Personality. Before the human arrived in the underground, Sans was more of a lazy and friendly skeleton who would often make jokes. He would go to Grillby's for a good amount of time. He was very caring about his brother Papyrus. However, after the human reset and did numerous genocide runs, one day, due to unknown circumstances, Sans suddenly remembered all the genocide routes. This changed Sans and made him kill other monsters for level, or LV, as it is abbreviated in this wiki, even going as far as killing his own brother. After this, Sans became careless, psychotic, and obsessed with killing the human, doing whatever it takes to stop them. He has also shown signs of schizophrenia, and could go through episodes of depression and judge his actions as futile. He is a desperate, broken person who has gone too far and done too much to forgive himself, and doesn't seem much use in stopping now. Powers and traits. Powers: Gaster Blasters. Devices resembling a skull that could shoot large beams. The amount of damage inflicted from these deep beams depends on how much level Sans has. Bone Manipulation. Sans has the ability to summon control and manipulate bones at will. Soul Manipulation. Blue Mode. Sans can make enemy souls affected by gravity while affected by Blue Mode. Enemies have their movement heavily restricted and are only able to jump to move. Blue Attacks. Sans could do attacks that do not deal damage as long as the target remains still. Shortcuts. Sans could travel or teleport anywhere instantly. Aim Dodging. Sans could dodge liner attacks. KR. A kind of poison effect of Sans's attacks. Getting hit inflicts not just the initial damage received, but also increases karma by some amount, depending on the attack. Whenever karma is above 0, it eventually drains back down to 0, inflicted damage with each drain. Relationships. Papyrus. Papyrus is Sans' younger brother, whom he slaughters in the hopes of gaining more power to defeat the player. The killing of his brother was a great breaking point of his sanity, and after that began to have a constant hallucination of Papyrus, who frequently goads him to achieve his violent goals. The human/player. They are Sans' driving force for gaining level, and he aims to put an end to them permanently. Oh, okay. So yeah, Dust is one of my favorite villains aside from Error. Dust is probably my second favorite, because he's depicted so interestingly in so many animations that I watched. Also, I'm kind of confused on the whole KR business, because it increases karma, which I think it's part of the main video game. So when a player's karma is above 0, which judging by how many monsters Frisk kills, the karma is probably spiking high, and it'll drain back. Dust will make it drain back to 0, and it hurts them every time it drains. I didn't really see the KR move depicted in any animations. Also, another thing that confuses me is Soul Manipulation Blue Mode. Oh, unless it does the thing, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that thing where the heart turns blue and he can move it all around. So, they only have to jump around to move. I think I've seen that depicted in an animation once. Yeah. Sans vs. Frisk is a very popular animation on YouTube. Seen it about a dozen times by various different YouTubers across YouTube. And, yeah, it's a cool watch. Y'all should watch it. It's really cool. So, yeah. That's gonna be it for today's vlog. I know this is a bit shorter than my other vlogs, but not too short. I mean, only around by, like, a minute. I'm pretty excited for Easter dinner tomorrow. So, yeah, Easter dinner is gonna be around, like, 1 o'clock, so pretty late lunch if you ask me. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow night. Goodbye, everybody.